Okay, so now for today's, we are going to learn. Okay, so the objective of today's lecture. We have two. How many? Two. Right. First is to learn how to find the marginal cost and marginal revenue at a different level of production. All right, and to find the marginal profit given information of cost and revenue. It means that when we have some information, right, especially the function of cost and the revenue, how do we find the marginal profit? Okay, so we are going to start with some revision first. All right, this is what we did on Monday. All right, so first question, what is a marginal cost? Okay, Juan Bing, what is marginal cost? Yes.
Marginal cost.
The definition. Definition. Jambin, I cannot hear you. Can you?
Rate of change.
Rate of change, yes. Of what?
Of the profit.
No, marginal cost. Cost. Rate of change of? Okay, rate of change, good. Of what? Of?
Economic quantity.
Economic quantity, yes, but we are talking about marginal cost. So the rate of change of?
The total cost.
Yes, the total cost when the quantity
is increased or decreased.
Yes, when the quantity increased by how many?
By
the quantity, correct? Quantity increased by how many? Increased by 1 unit or 2 units or 3 units?
1 unit.
Okay, very good. Okay, so it's the rate of change of cost, right, when the quantity is increased by 1 unit. Okay, so all right, so this is my definition. All right, so you can write your own, all right, provided the same meaning, the same definition. So the marginal cost is the changes in cost, all right, from producing 1 additional unit of product. Okay, so it means that now if let's say I am a manufacturer, I produce 1 more product, 1 additional unit of product, 1 product, 1 extra product. So I want to find out what is the changes in cost. Okay, if my marginal cost is $2, if let's say my marginal cost is $2, it means that when I produce 1 additional unit of product, my cost will increase by $2. Is that okay? All right, so now how to find marginal cost function when given a cost function? Okay, Geraldine? Can you hear me, Geraldine?
Derive the cost functions.
Very good. Okay, so yes, we differentiate. We derive the cost function, then we will get the marginal cost function. Okay, so if you are given a cost function like this, for example, all right, 2x squared minus 3x. So to find the marginal cost function, we just derive. All right, so we differentiate, we can find the marginal cost function. Okay, so now here, this is the keyword. When you see the word marginal, then it will lead you to the derive, all right, derivation, all right, the differentiation. All right, so keyword is marginal. Okay, now so this is about marginal cost. All right, how about the marginal revenue? Okay, Guan Xi, what is marginal revenue?
The change in total revenue when one extra product is produced and sold.
Very good. Okay, the change in the revenue, right, when one additional product, right, is produced and sold. Okay, so you can see here, right, it follows the same concept as marginal cost, right, same concept, right, but this time it's about revenue. So when we produce and one additional unit and the product is sold, now what is the changes in revenue? All right, so if the marginal revenue is $5, all right, it means that when we produce one additional unit of product and the product is sold, the revenue will increase by $5. Okay. Now, how to find the marginal revenue function when we are given a revenue function? Okay. Let's see. Fanny?
Yes,
Okay, so how to find the marginal revenue function?
you
if we are
differentiate. You differentiate the revenue.
Good. Okay, so again, all right, follow the same concept when we have a marginal, all right, this word. So we differentiate. Okay, so let's make it faster. All right, so now we follow the same concept. Okay, so what is a marginal profit? So the changes in profit from the sales of one additional unit of a product. All right, so when we sell the next unit, all right, of a product, the changes in profit. Okay, and how to find the marginal profit? How to find the marginal profit function when given a profit function? Any suggestion?
Differentiate the profit function.
Okay, thank you. All right, yes, we differentiate. Okay, so actually these three are different when we discuss about marginal, right? Marginal cost, marginal revenue, and marginal profit. These three concepts actually follow the same definition. Okay. Now let's use this example to understand further, right? So the monthly revenue for these t-shirts, right, is R 0.05x squared plus 25, and the monthly cost function for t-shirt is Cx equals to negative 0.001x squared plus 2x plus 200. Okay, now first we need to find the profit function, and then we need to find the marginal profit at a production level of 500 units. Okay, so let's start with A. Okay, how do we find the profit function? Okay, do you still remember what is the definition of profit function? How to find your profit? Let's say you're doing business, how to find the profit?
Revenue minus cost function.
Okay, very good. It's revenue minus cost. So we have revenue function minus cost function. Okay, so we are taking 0.05 x squared plus 25. All right, this is the revenue function minus the cost function, x squared plus 2x plus 200. Okay, what do we get? 0.051 x squared plus, okay, it's actually minus 175. Okay, plus
2x.
Okay, plus 2x. Then, okay, yep, right. So this is the revenue, this is the profit function. And okay, how to find the marginal profit function at the production level of 500 units? Okay, so first we do the differentiation.
Sir.
Yeah, I know. We are just doing a revision here. Okay, so what do we get? Okay, we get 0.0102x. All right, then plus 2. Okay, so when we differentiate, so first we take the 2 down. All right, so we get 0. It's 102. Okay, so 0.102x plus 2. Okay, so how to find the marginal profit when the production level is 500? Okay, all right, there's a mistake here. This is actually negative. Yes, thank you. Right, it should be -2. All right, so let me check first. Okay, 0.051. All right, x squared minus 2x. All right, negative. All right, correct. Okay, so what is the marginal profit at a production level of 500?
When x equal to 500.
Okay, good. Okay, so what do we get?
$49.
Sorry?
49.
49, yeah? All right, how about other students? Do you get the same answer as well?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, now I want to emphasize here, what is the meaning here? Okay, what is the meaning of this 49? It means that when we produce one additional unit after 500, okay, the profit will increase by $49. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, now any questions here?
No.
Okay, all right, so good. Okay, so this is supposed to be the answer here. Okay, now These questions, I want you to try first. We have A and B, two questions here. So I want you to try first. After you have tried these questions, then we will discuss. Okay. An apartment complex has 102 bedrooms units. The monthly profit realized from renting X apartments is this. Okay, so this is the profit function. Now we need to find the actual profit of renting the 51 unit. Okay, take note, this is the 51st, 51. So this refer to, right? So let's say we have, this is the first unit, the second unit, the third unit. Right, we are talking about the one unit here, this unit, the 51st, okay, 51 unit here. So we are not talking about the quantity, we are not talking about the quantity 51 quantity, all right? So we want to know what is the actual profit of renting the 51 unit, assuming that 50 units have already rented, okay? And B, we need to find the marginal profit when X is 50. Okay, so can you start the, okay, trying this one first, right? 2 minutes, after 2 minutes, we will discuss. Okay. Shall we start the first questions? Now, actually, question A is just for comparison. So for question A, this is what we do. We find the profit for 51 units. Right, this is a quantity, so means that we find the profit, total profit, when 51 units of apartments have been rented out. Okay, so we have negative 10, 51 unit, right, square, plus 1760, 51, minus 50,000. Okay, so what do we get? Okay, student, what do we get? You can inbox me the answer.
13750.
Okay, good. All right, so the profit for rented out 51 units of apartment is 13,750. Okay, now then we want to find the profit, all right, for rented out 50 units of apartment. So again, all right, we have 50 square plus 1760, 50. minus 50,000. Okay, so what do we get here?
13,000.
Okay, thank you, 13,000. Now, therefore, the actual profit for renting out the 51 unit, all right, the 51 unit, right, the 51st unit of the apartment will be, all right, 13750 minus 13000. Okay, so the answer is 750. Okay, so we take the profit of renting out total 51 unit of the apartment minus the profit for rented out 50 units of apartment. All right, so the answer we get here is the profit for rented out the number 51 unit of apartment. Now, is that okay to you?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, so the answer is 750. Now, question B, now as I mentioned earlier, question A is for comparison, just for us to understand the concept better. Okay, now in the exam, you don't have to follow, you don't have to use this method. Okay, now question B here, we are going to use the differentiation method to find the marginal profit, right, which is the profit, the changes in profit when we rent one additional apartment. Okay, so to find the marginal profit, first we find the P prime, right? We differentiate the profit function. So what do we get? We get negative 20 x plus 1760. Okay, so differentiate this one. First, we take the 2 down, multiply the 10, so we get 20, it's a negative, and the power minus 1 is 1. And differentiate x is 1, so times 1760, all right, so it's 1760. Okay, now take note, we are actually substituting the 50 here because the 50 here suggests that, all right, the answer here suggests that when we rented out the next unit, which is the 51st unit, what is the changes in profit? Okay, so we are not substituting 51, all right, because we want to find the next one, all right, marginal profit suggests that the profit increases for the next unit. So we are substituting 50 here. All right, so when we substitute 50 here, right, we get negative 20. So 50 here plus 1760. So what do we get?
760.
Okay, good. 760. Now you can see here the answer is very close. Okay, it's not exactly the same, but very close. So the marginal profit here is for approximation. All right. Now, in fact, now if we are calculating on a small changes, a very, very small changes, the differentiation method will give us more accurate answer. Okay. So when we are calculating the small changes, the differentiation method will give us more accurate answer. Now, any questions here?
No.
Okay, so no, that good. All right, so now, all right, we conclude this chapter first, right? When we before we go to the next part. So what have we learned about this chapter? Okay, you can inbox me. What have we learned about this chapter? Okay, Wenxuan, what have we learned about in this chapter? Wenxian, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Differentiation.
Okay, differentiation about what? Okay, last week we learned about basic differentiation rule last week, and this week we apply the differentiation in
in profit.
Profit. What else?
Profit.
Beside profit, what else? Okay, it's okay. Thank you, Wenqian. Now, in the chat box, there are some people giving answer, right? It's about the marginal cost, revenue, and profit. Okay, so for this chapter, part 2, right? Differentiation part 2, we learn about how to apply the differentiation in cost, revenue, and profit. So what do? We differentiate, right? We differentiate and we find the marginal cost, marginal revenue, and the marginal profit. Okay, all right. So, right, try to do some revision here. All right, if you are not very clear about this. Okay. So I think, okay, let's do some revision. Let's do some questions, all right, before we continue with the next part. Okay, now please try question 7. Okay, a firm in a competitive market must sell its product for $250 per unit. The cost unit per month is 50 plus 2x, where x represent the number of units sold per month. Okay, find the marginal profit function if the production level is 5 units. Okay, so spend some time, maybe 2 minutes, right, for this one, then we will start our discussion. Okay, so right now, first, according to the questions, right, the cost per month is 50 plus 2x. Okay, so this is the cost function. So we have the cost function here, 50 plus 2x. And the x represent the number of units sold per month. So this x is the units sold in 1 month, right, per month here. All right, the selling price is 250 per unit. All right, so we want to find the marginal profit function, and then we find the marginal profit when the production level is 5 units. Okay, now how do we find the marginal profit function? Okay, before we find the marginal profit function, what do we need to do? Okay, Xin Ming.
Revenue function minus cost function to find profit function.
Okay, very good. Okay, we have to find the profit function, we need to have the revenue function minus the cost function. So on. Okay, we minus the cost function. All right, revenue function minus the cost function to get the profit function. Okay, so what do we need here? All right, we have the cost function. All right, so but we do not have the revenue function. So we need to find the revenue function. Okay, Marcus. How do we find the revenue function?
We take the selling price times X.
Okay, good. Okay, the revenue function is the selling price multiply the quantity. Okay, selling price multiply the quantity. So we have $250 multiply. What is the quantity? Xia Yao?
X.
Good. Okay, now student take note. We use the X to represent the quantity. Okay, the X represent the number of units sold. So this is the quantity. Okay, so this is the quantity. So for this X, this quantity do not take number 5 here, do not take 5 here, right? Because this is actually a variable. Okay, now we have the profit function, which is equals to 250x minus the cost. Okay, so we have 50 plus 2x. Okay, what do we get? All right, 250x minus 50 minus 2x. We get 248x minus
50.
Okay, so this is the profit function. Okay, now what do we do next after we have the profit function? Yan-Lu?
Differentiate.
Good. Okay, so we differentiate to find the marginal profit function. Okay, so what do we get?
Two, 4, 8.
248, All right. Now, so when the X is 5 units, right? When the X is 5 units here, what is the marginal profit then? When the X is 5 units, what is the Marginal profit. Okay. Vân Phúc.
No, sir.
Okay. What is the marginal profit when the X is 5? Okay, means that number of units sold per month is 5. What is the marginal profit? What is the profit when you sell the next unit?
You take and
you can try. It's okay. It's a discussion, so it doesn't matter. You can actually try to answer. Any
you take
suggestion?
5 times 248.
Okay, I could try. Now you can see here. This one, the X is 5. Do you see any X here?
No.
No, all right. So it means that the marginal profit, the profit increases when we sell the next unit, doesn't affect by the quantity, right? It's not affected by the quantity. So when we sell the next unit, number 6 unit, the profit increaser will be a constant, 248. Okay, so this is the answer, right, student? This is the answer, 248. The reason is from here, we can see that the marginal profit does not affect by the quantity.